And y'all, of course, y'all probably remember this little device here. This little MP5 gameplay that I picked up from GearBest for $25. Of course, I'm going to do like a let's play of it a little bit. It'll take a sec. And then like the way out. Like that. Battery might seem like pretty good little device. Been using it for a while. Got a lot of different games and everything. Music player, you can record the radio and whatnot. Little video player, camera, which I will admit, by the way, is very low res. Capture, PC camera, and whatnot. If you can tell. 640 by 480, which is pretty low res. Video recorder, PC camera, whatnot. Yeah, the movie video player. Sorry, while the glare. List. Just from the videos that came with it. So, speaker, I believe, is right here. Very low res. Camera low res. 4 gig unit. No branding. No. The AV out, by the way, I will mention this unit does not work. It's just there. Headphone does work, microphone does work, and USB works. And of course you have an SD port, which you can do. I think you can do a 32 on it and be fine. And of course you have the different options and whatnot. Cancel that. And you got other different video clips you can do. I loaded up some movies on here. Went maybe about an hour or so. Disney one. Yeah, that thing can be a little bit to get working. I think with all the different games, a lot of the old ones like Mario Brothers and whatnot, the classics. Cannot do the Nintendo 64. Can't do some more current systems. But it can do a few of your old ones. Now when I first got this thing, it came with a couple of items already on it. All the games and of course 2 songs. As long as you love me and I'm Gonna Get You Good by Shania Twain. May want to stick. There's 2 ways to do the volume. Here, off these buttons, top 2, then through here. Here, select, start. And I think I have the screen protector on it, and I left it on. That's a good device. I usually use it most time as like a portable game player or whatever when just traveling. So you got like kids, something like that. For $20. This is a good device to get. Now, personally, I'm going to look at maybe. I'm going to be looking at selling these units for possibly about $25. So if you prefer one, I might be doing them for $25. But right now, it's still kind of not going to happen. Now, for our next item we have, of course, for this thing, for being as simple as it is, it's a good device. For the cost and everything, for $20 and what you pay for, it's pretty good. Now, if you don't mind paying a few dollars more, you could get an 8GB model. It has a little bit more memory, pretty good device. It's the same spec as this one, same OS, same everything. It's a little bit more, I think it's like 23 or something like that. From the same company, GearBest, which I will make sure I put the links down in the description of the video here. And so, like, it's a good device. Not expensive, not pricey or anything. I mean, they're a bit sweaty and all that. Of course, not in the garage. Or the tank of the workshop, I mean. Like, it's a good device. Use the Con screw system. It's got a good lifespan. It'll last you a couple hours before going dead. Videos, maybe watching maybe 1 or 2, you'd be okay. But overall, it's a good device for what you get. Being music playback, whatever, because it can do a lot of formats, especially with videos. And the box itself, the box itself is pretty just straightforward. The CD comes with a bit of software and all. It's mostly not like the high-end stuff, but it still does the job. And as you can tell by looking at the unit again too, it looks like that of a PlayStation PSP Portable, even though it's not. But overall, for the quality of the thing, it's a good device. Now, of course, software and all that, they would improve on it a little bit, make it a little bit more graphical, maybe make it a little bit easier to work with. I think would help. Now, of course, too, maybe if they were also to add like a on the screen, maybe, I don't know, the res on it, if you can tell, looked pretty good. Maybe if they actually up the resolution on it a little bit, it might actually help. But overall, for the quality of the device that you get, I would say these would be a must purchase. It's a pretty good little unit. Anyway, for our main product here, we have today the world's probably one of the cheapest GoPro-like cameras available today on the market. I know. Before the video, it's not very high quality, but I am doing my best to try to make it of quality. You can tell here, you get that. Basic specs, 120p action camera, comes in a nice little box, usual specs. What do we get? A waterproof housing, which by the way comes default onto the camera, as you can tell. A clip for use like on tripods. A handlebar pull mount. Another little mount thing, which by the way is pretty much default on it. Another mount there, and then another mount. So you get a couple different mounts, so on there. Specs, 720p, waterproof, video, 720 pixels, at 30 frames per second. Wide angle lens, 120 degrees, waterproof up to 30 meters. A 2-inch LCD, multi-language, storage and microSD DHC card. You can do up to a 32 gig, according to what, because I did open this up to inspect it a little bit. Pretty good little specs. 2-inch LCD there, wide angle lens, 1280 by 720, so it's good res, waterproof. About 1.5 hours of battery life. It comes with a 900 milliamp battery, which is good if you're not going to do like heavy video recording, but you can. From the same company, GearBest, by the way, they also sell other batteries that you could get for this unit that should be compatible. And as you can tell, the box is pretty well straightforward. Just a little insert thing, done it nice. Whatever there. Nothing high end. And of course, you can take it out of the box. You have your USB charger, which, by the way, the device was fully charged. I fully charged it. Micro USB, fairly common. Cheap, easy to use. Does the job. Just some straps I guess you can use, whatever. Then all the various mounts, which, by the way, they were all originally in separate bags, but I combined them, put them into one. Your tripod, you have a couple different ones. You have a handlebar mount, which is really good for doing it like on poles and whatnot. You have this one here, which is like your tripod mount. I don't know exactly what this one goes to. I guess some sort of adapter thing, I guess, to hold on to, say, like a handlebar, whatever. Mount here, as you can say. Do it like that, and then you put this one on top there. Or to go with like the other, or to do it as is and do like a side to side base thing, but usually you'd probably go with the 3-hole directly and do it on this thing. And of course, like in the device, you get the power on and whatnot. Of course, too, also, you got this deal here, some 3M tape on the back bracket, which is what this would go on. Can be a little tricky. There you go. Then you got that. Basic specs. I actually added in there we go. On my own. I purchased from the same company, GearBest, a 32GB or an 8GB micro SD card for about, well, if I remember right, I think it was like $2, $3 actually. An 8GB micro SD card, commonly known as Mixa. Yeah, I can get it out. Let me do the pliers here. Let's see. From a company called Mixa. Really good little SD card. When you get it, like when you plug it into the computer for the first time, there's nothing on it. Just straight up, just the memory itself. Not recorded, by the way, this is all being recorded off a Apple iPod camera. Like, that's a good device. They're simple, easy to use, nothing, super detailed. So it's not difficult to operate, all your power on. Your different setting control menu buttons. You have the actual, take the picture thing. So if you wanted to use it as an actual regular camera, you could. You don't have to deal with all the, being loose and whatnot. I think right at this little startup bit. Add camera, be unique. And go to get your settings and whatnot. Video quality is pretty good, see? You get camera imagery. And as you can tell, I got about an hour, 38-minute recording time, full battery. To switch the mode to go from between video, you do this. That'll take you to the recording mode, or just where you can play back your videos and whatnot. And this is where you get into where you can control the different modes. The movie side, like the video quality side, if you want to do this, looping video, your exposure. Yep. That's a good time. Yep. I got it working earlier, but like I said, it's a good little device. Well, the quality, it's a pretty good little camera for what you get. It's not super detailed, super high end, but just for a basic action camera, it's a good device. It's got simple startup, shutdown, whatever there. Little screen protector. It actually has a little extension thing around here. But I remove it off so I keep the screen protector on. It did come with one. And it's good to have it to keep it protected. The bubbles and everything. And like I said, waterproof wise, that's pretty good. Little 8GB micro SD card from Mixa. And GearBest as well, as I mentioned. Decent res camera. Nothing high end, Does the job without, breaking the bank. I got this silver one, by the way, and as you can tell from the box, there's other colors available. Personally, in my opinion, I think from all these that they produce, I would have to say that the silver one here and the white and the black would actually be the ones worth buying. The rest of them just kind of look tacky. Because on the website with GearBest, this one looks like a red thing. They call it like a red, but it really isn't. It's more of a purplish red. And you get the yellow, and you got the blue. One of the light blue, and you got a real bright yellow, and the white. So if you want like a stealth mode kind of thing, the black one would be a good one to get. But if you don't mind just being seen, either the white or the silver, like what we have here, would be good. And the silver, like I said, it's a good device for its size. It's not big, it's not huge, not bulky. Still cost effective. For $25, you're getting a good device. It's not junk, it's still good quality. It's good quality, not a waste of money. And of course you can tell with the box, it has the quality control sticker. Which you always gotta have that, the QC pass. 43 rubber. Like that's a good device for what you get. And of course you have your battery storage compartment here. You can do everything to wind that out. Overall, it's a pretty simple little device. You know, and waterproof wise, it comes with everything you need like a normal GoPro would. It gives you the full expansion. And of course, the buttons are pretty good. They're pretty solid. They're not like cheap feeling or anything like that. They're like the metal. Because no part on this thing, surprisingly, for the price that you pay for it, it's pretty good. Because you would think for a $20 camera that it wouldn't be worth the money. But yet, surprisingly, just from using this thing and just in general feel of it, it's a good device. It's not, you're not wasting your money. So $25, you're not wasting, you know, tons of cash or whatever for a cheap GoPro. So the thing was to get stolen, it'd probably be no big deal. Being the fact that it's not a valuable piece. So if you own a GoPro yourself, this probably would be a good device to have, like when traveling around, whatever, because then you don't get the thing lost. But like I said, of course, you'll probably see from this point with this device, I do plan on doing a lot of wood burning videos with it, so you may see more from me, specifically from this camera and its little 8GB micro SD card. I'll try to edit them up, do the best I can with it. But this one, like I said, a lot of my videos I usually don't edit. I am sorry about that, but I do the best I can. Video editing is not really a strong suit of mine, I guess you could say. But I do try at least to make a good quality product for people to enjoy, like yourself, who's watching this. But like I said, it's a good product. And like I'll use it. Like it's worth the money. It's not cheaply built. Overall, it's a good product. It's pretty firm, stable in there. It's not one of those things that you'll buy and it die on you, you know, a couple months later. Now, one thing I don't know with this one is it may do that. Now, of course, like I said, you can tell it's pretty tight getting on there. Like it may die, who knows? If it does, it does. It doesn't, great. I'm not real concerned about it, just 'cause